Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am feeling super excited to start the week off with a fresh and clean space, mind, area, whatever. I just had a market yesterday and I did not unpack the bins or reorganize them or do anything like that. I figured we could do that together. We could count some stock and get the website ready. I also have a wholesale order I need to make and pack today, and I'm also going to be going to my good old friend Michael's, and we're going to get some fun craft supplies for something that I want to do because I want to start embracing the art of hobbying outside of my business. So we're going to get started with that, and I have a fun little series on Instagram I want to do. I also have a post on Instagram that I want to make today. So we've got our work cut out for us, and this week we are officially going to be working on the new collection, which is going to be split into two sections, which is going to be the book sleeves, bookmarks, stickers, etc. And then we have the tote bag section. Tote bags are going to be the first thing that launches, and I'm hoping to have these done for mid-July. So I'm hoping to be around like the 16th, 17th of July. So let's see if I can get this done. We are going to be working on cutting fabric today. First and foremost, we're going to grab the bins from the hallway and bring them in here. I'm going to organize the two product bins, take everything out, reorganize. I have a market on Wednesday, but I'm not bringing everything. I'm just bringing like book related stuff. So I need to reorganize, reset, and yeah. Okay, so I have all of the bins here. I also have these bins, and I actually need to read an email to see what table setup I have on Wednesday. It's a night market, Wednesday night. So I'm gonna look that up first. Okay. So I just read the email. I emailed them to ask, but I think we either have a 5-foot wooden table or a 6-foot plastic table. So I will be bringing my tablecloth just in case. I'm going to update my Notion page with some inventory tracking. I have a couple of new patterns, so I'm going to quickly do that on my computer. Hopefully that doesn't take me too long, but I want to count all the stock so that I can keep a handle of it and see what more I need to make, because having this market in the middle of the week is setting me off just a little bit because I want to update the website, but I don't want to update the website until Thursday. Okay, so I spent the last 30 minutes editing this inventory tracking thingy that I have and making it so that it's simply just for my handmade items. That way I can actually keep track of all of the things that I have, because I've been introducing new products to markets only and then not introducing them to the website yet. So I want to get all caught up after my last market of the summer, which is on Wednesday. I want to make sure that I'm keeping track of all the patterns that I have, all the new patterns, all of the one-of-a-kind patterns, and making sure that I'm cycling through them properly and that they eventually get uploaded to the website, because I do have a habit of not uploading things to the website once I make them for markets, and then they just sit in my closet forever, and then I wonder why people are not buying them. So I had this tracker in my Excel sheet, but I figured it would be easier to kind of import it over into Notion, since I have all of like my product planning pages and all of my collection plans, vision boards, mood boards, all that stuff in Notion. I like to kind of have things in just one place instead of having them in like 9,000 other places, because I like to make it easy for myself. So let's take a look at what my inventory tracking system is like, and I'll kind of explain what's going on. Okay, so this is my inventory tracking page. I have this inline database in Notion, and I have kind of added in all of the products so far. I haven't added in any like of the holiday products, but let's just get started. So I have it organized in alphabetical order. On the side here, there's these little emojis. This is just so that at a glance I can see which product is which. So like obviously this little tablet is e-reader sleeve, the stamp is for a book sleeve, the little lipstick is for a carry-all bag, and then so on and so forth. I then have the product type section where you can go in and click which product it is, and this is, even though I have like it in the title, this specific like drop down is so that I can filter by certain things, because I can't really filter by like text. So if I can filter by tags, this will be easier when I'm trying to plan restocks or see what's low in stock. So that's why I have that line. And then one of the biggest things that I wanted in this sheet was by pattern. I name all of my patterns, which has come in really clutch for this, because I have them all tagged on which pattern they are. And you'll see this brown one here that says new pattern. These are new patterns that I have to name officially and put on the website. I figured it would be easier to just tag them as new patterns so that I can filter by new pattern. And when I'm ready to add these to the website, I can go in and name them and then add the tag for whatever name I pick, because I have no idea what I'm naming them yet. Then over here we have 3 tabs. The first one is quantity on hand, to be made, and in process. I wanted an in process section because I tend to bulk make a lot of things and then I forget how many I'm making at a time. So when I'm planning my collections and seeing what I need to make, I can put in this section how many I'm currently making. That way I know kind of by the end of all of that bulk making how many I'm going to have at the end. I have this to be made section as well because as I am going through markets or selling out of book sleeves, carry-all bags, mini pouches, I can input how many I think I want to make or how many I should make in order to like re-up on these, and this will just help me plan for collections so that when I'm going to be making them, I have an idea already of how many I should make in order to restock this to a normal level. Then quantity on hand obviously means the stuff I have right now made, finished, and ready to ship out. Then I have the total inventory, and this is just going to be quantity on hand plus the in process. That way I know how many I'm going to have at the end. Then I have status. So this is not like an automatic thing. I wish it could be, but I guess I could maybe make it automatic with like, I don't know. But I think there's a way to like automatically do that. I don't know how. But on Excel, I know how to do that because anyway, let me not talk about my Excel skills. But I have 3 little things here. It says low stock, adequate, and overstocked. I probably will never use overstocked because I'm not going to be making overstock stuff. This is just for when I do like my Kindle grips and my air fresheners, things that I have lots of stock of. But again, I'm not really going to have overstocked. I just have it as an option. Then adequate, obviously it means I have enough, and that then I'll know like, okay, that's ready to be finished and I can feel confident enough to move on to the next product that I'm making, whatever. This is just going to make the process of making stuff easier. Then I have this new tab, and this is because like I mentioned, constantly am making random patterns into products and not remembering to add them to the website. So right now they're all just default uploaded to website. I'm going to go in and actually edit all this in the nighttime when I have some more spare time. I just wanted to get this started so I could count the inventory while I'm unpacking the bins. But I wanted to add all of the different collections that I have so far, and hopefully will sell out of some of the previous ones like the Cozy Gal and the Seasons readings. I want to put those on sale and kind of have like a summer winter sale and get those out of my hair. But anyway, so we have new, which I don't really know what I would be doing with that. I guess new products that aren't necessarily in a collection, maybe? I'm not sure. But then we have in progress, which is the summer collection. So that's obviously what I'm working on right at this moment. So any products that I'm going to be adding into the summer collection, as I'm making them, I'm going to be tagging here. Once I start making the bags, I'm going to edit this and add a section for the 2 size tote bags, and then obviously the according patterns, and that will be categorized in the summer collection as well. And then under complete, we have all of the previous collections, including this one that's not really a collection called uploaded to site. I think I'm actually going to, delete this one now that I'm thinking, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm going to delete this. Oh, I can't delete a default. Okay, so I'm going to default this as new, and I'm going to delete uploaded to site. I'm going to rename this to collection, and then I'm going to duplicate this property, and I'm going to put upload. Actually, no, I want a checkbox. Delete. Goodbye. Okay, I'm going to put website, and then I'm going to do a checkbox, and I'm going to make it smaller. Oh, that's too small, can't see. And let me change this to be website. Sure, that's great. And then I'll be able to check it if it's yes or no. Maybe can I like delete the name? Do we have to have a name? No, we don't. Perfect, because then it could be square. Okay, perfect. So now I will go in and add the collections, and then I can check the box if it's been uploaded to the website. This is going to keep me on track because I need to start getting my systems in place when it comes to making this process easier and not forgetting about certain products and patterns. So I just want to show you guys because I know that I'm constantly talking about my Notion and how I use it, and I think I've had a couple of comments ask me like how I actually use my Notion and how this integrates with my business. So this is one of the ways. Then at the top here, basically I just have like a tab section which has a lot of things here, but it will tell me the product tracking by product type. So book sleeve, carry-all mini, and Kindle sleeve, mini pouch, and wristlet. And again, you can see all the little emojis here. So then it will also show me all the different products that I have under my pattern section here. As you can see, I have all of the different patterns. I can go in and see which products, this is not even the right title. I can go in and see how many products I have of each pattern and which ones I need to restock. So for example, just at a glance, I'm looking at the Bloom and I know that I'm supposed to have Bloom mini pouch and Bloom carry-all bag in medium and mini. So I need to add 3 of those because I have none of those right now. When I do add them, and even if it's 0 stock, it will show up here. But because I only input into this inventory tracker what I have right now in that bin, they're not showing up. So I know that I have absolutely none of those right now. And then the last one is going to show me all of my low stock items. It's showing everything right now just because I haven't added any numbers yet, which is what I'm about to do. But this will go and show me all the ones that I have low stock. And if it has adequate stock, it's not going to show up here because this is, again, going to help me planning collections and stuff like that. So there's that. I'm actually now going to go in and track all this inventory, repack the bin so that it's ready for Wednesday, and I'm going to get on with the rest of the stuff that I need to do for today. Now I'm going through this market bin that has my bags, my air fresheners, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go through this, sort out what needs to be sorted out. I also, during the market that I had yesterday, I sat on my bin because I forgot a chair and I broke the bin. Like it's demolished, like the whole lid is coming off. So I don't think you can buy just a lid at Home Depot, but if you can, I'm gonna pick up another lid. And if I can't, I'm just gonna get another one of these bins and then I'll use this bin for something else. So I'll give it to my mom, she probably could use it at her house. I use one of my mini carry-all bags to hold all of my tech for my markets and just in general. It's actually really good and useful. This is one that I made for myself. I didn't even bother cutting the threads off, but this is what I use for my tech. It holds so much. I also use another one of my own products for little toiletries during the day when I go to markets, when I go out to the coffee shop, or just go to the beach. This one is currently holding my AirPods, my rings, this Sticky Dates lotion, 2 hand sanitizers, my face SPF, and some hair ties. I also had my hair clip in here, I think, and some lip balm and lip gloss. So it does hold a lot and it's so cute. I'm also going to take all these bookmarks out so I could round the corners of some of the ones I didn't do at the market. If you can see, some of them are not rounded yet. Now the bin is somewhat organized. Good morning, everyone. I look a little crazy because I haven't scrunched my hair out yet, so it's just very looks like hay. Anyway, I just spent the last, I think, 50 minutes finishing up the inventory count from yesterday. I went to the gym after I finished filming, and then when I got back, I was finishing up another video, so I didn't actually do really any more stuff. And then my brother came over, and then after we were done hanging out and he was helping me in my office, we went to my mom's house to have dinner, and I spent some time with my mom and we just kind of had like a family night. So I didn't really get to do much yesterday, or like as much as I had planned, but today I'm home all day. and the only time I have to leave is to go and grab something to make for dinner once I decide what I want to make. So other than that, I finished counting all of the stock pretty much, other than the bookmarks and stickers. Those I will count officially after tomorrow. It's just going to be easier once I do the market and if any stickers and bookmarks sell, instead of doing it now and then having to update it tomorrow. I'm just going to do it all on Thursday, so it will be easier for me that way. But I am really happy with how my inventory tracking is going. I've been wanting to finally get back on track with that and actually be able to keep track of what I have and what I need to make, especially because a lot of it's handmade. I feel like it's just easier on me and easier to make sure that I'm not missing anything or that I have enough of each thing in stock, especially since I'm planning the new summer collection. So I'm gonna go and scrunch out my hair because it is very gel casty, and then after I do that, I'm going to put on an audiobook or see what's on YouTube and start cutting up the fabric. I'm scared because I have like fear of wasting fabric, but I am excited for these bags and I can't wait to finally launch them and take you guys through the process. So we are finally day one of the summer collection starting today. Okay, it is 12:30. I'm just about to go and grab something for lunch and head out to the grocery store and just pick up what I'm gonna do for dinner, which I haven't decided, but I will decide. And I just finished cutting up almost all of the quilting squares for the first tote bag, which you guys have already seen. I will link the video where I made this tote bag, but I cut out the solid pink, the pink gingham. I think I need just a tad more of the pink gingham so that I have enough for 2 bags, but the pink gingham isn't even one of the squares that I use, so I'm gonna be throwing this in to make it more one of a kind. But anyway, so that, then I have 2 stacks of the green gingham and I'm clipping them, so I need to cut 9 of these squares for each bag, so I am clipping them as each group of 9 so that I can know how many bags I have. Okay, does that make sense? Great. Then I have 2 stacks of the bloom, so the only thing I have left to do is cut 1 more stack of the solid pink, and then I have these outer panels ready to get quilting together, which is good. I have about 4 more fabric combinations for bags, and I think I'm gonna do 1 of each of those. This already took me like an hour to just cut out these squares, so I feel like I'm just gonna end up cutting the fabric today, and then we'll get to start sewing or quilting the panels together, which is good. But then after that, I have to cut all of the liner. So I think I might have to go to Fabricland to get more ivory liner, but we'll see, because I think 2 of these tote bags, or maybe even 3 of these tote bags, are gonna have ivory liner. I'm working at a snail's pace today, but I finally finished pre-cutting all of the squares for the actual panels. If we forgot what the bag looks like, I'll put a picture here of what we're making. But each side of the bag has panels that I quilt together. You guys have seen me make this, and if you haven't, you will see me make this. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys the combinations of fabrics that I picked out. This took me like a week to figure out all the combinations. I made sure to start by picking out all of my favorite ones and combining them with different fabric combinations, different types of patterns like busier patterns, solids, etc. And I'm trying to use everything I have here and not buy any more fabric. The only fabric I think I might buy is a blue fabric, just like a blue solid, so because I have a few blue bags and I just feel like a blue solid would really add a little extra pizzazz. So I think that's the only thing I will buy. The rest of the stuff, I am using what I have here. The whole point of this tote bag collection is to make it patchwork, but also to make it sustainable and utilize the fabric that are on my shelves, because I have so many clearly, and I still have so much more of all of these fabrics. Last one that I just cut is more of a vibrant summery pattern. So it has this orange checkered, or what is it, plaid, and then this like flowery one, and then I paired it with a yellow solid. I really like this because it's giving summer. I don't know if people are gonna like this, but I think it's giving beach bag, summer, bright, fun. Some of these are more monochromatic than others, and then some of them are not, which you'll see. We have this one, which is pairing the Grandma's Cottage fabric, which is from my core collection like a year ago, or more than a year ago. Yeah, maybe a whole year ago. But anyway, this is the Grandma's Cottage pattern. This is like one of my very first book sleeve collection patterns. I paired it with a baby pink solid and a blue gingham. I think that the pink and the blue really bring out the pink and the blue in the actual pattern itself. I just think it looks good. It already has a gingham, but it's so small and minuscule that I don't think it makes too much of a difference and doesn't draw too much away. I could have also done yellow and pink with this, but this yellow is just a little bit too vibrant, and I don't necessarily want to put two solids together because I feel like then it just makes it too plain. So this is this is the second color combination. Then we have probably one of my favorites. I've been into green and pink lately a lot, hence the bag I made for myself. I've paired the vintage bows or the vintage florals pattern, which again is from my very first collection ever. I bought these as restocks for the book sleeves, and then I never ended up making those restocks, but I do plan on doing that. I paired it with the blue gingham and this green solid. It's like a sage green. I bought this sage green so long ago when the fabric land near my house was going out of business and like moving locations. So I don't know, I got this for literally so cheap. I think it was like $3 a meter. I bought like 7 meters of this, and I'm finally finished it, or like almost finished it. I think I have maybe less than a meter left. But I just think that this combination works so well. I think maybe with a little bit of pink, maybe a pink liner and a pink handle, this might slay. So I'll do like a pink liner, and then we'll do this pattern as the pocket. I'm gonna go over kind of what I want to do in terms of actual combinations for liners and pockets, because that's what I'm gonna do now. Is I'm gonna figure out which liners and pockets I want to do and start cutting that out, because I want to have everything cut out today so that tomorrow and Thursday and Friday we can get to work on sewing everything together and start working on assembling the bags. Because I feel like I could very well get these done by the end of the week, but we'll see. Then the next combination is more of like a muted dusty pink. I really love this combination. I actually spent a long time figuring out the third pattern for this, and I ended up going with a solid. I thought that the other two floral patchwork was just very busy, and I think it needed something to kind of neutralize the colors. These I think are from the same fabric designer, Tilda Fabrics. Correct me if I'm wrong, I have no idea, but I think that they are. The colors match super well, and then I think this just brings a little bit of brightness that it was missing. So we have that. Then we have another one of my favorite, they're all my favorite, I don't know why I keep saying that, but this is the one where I think a solid would really change the game for this. So I think this is going to be my last one to sew up, so I will probably go to the fabric store tomorrow morning. I do have some appointments, so we'll see like when I can get there, but I really think that a solid blue would really make this better. Either a lighter blue or a darker blue. I think a darker blue would be kind of fun, so I'm gonna take 3 of these squares to the fabric store. I feel like a solid would really make this pop, and I think that's what it's missing, because I do love all of these fabrics, but I just think it's too much pattern, and I feel like this will really not eat the way it could if I added a solid. I could add a ivory solid, but I just feel like that's just too much white. I need like a darker color to really bring depth to this bag. So there's that. Then we have what I showed you guys in the beginning. Before I left to go get lunch, I had cut up all of these. These are the panels for the bag that I made myself, the green, pink, and like bloom patterned gingham, whatever. So I'm gonna be making 2 of those bags, because that is the bag that I've been posting online, and that's the bag that people have been saying that they like. Again, this is a one-of-a-kind collection, but I am open to bringing some of these into the shop like full-time. If the response is well enough, then I will do custom orders or like made to order bags for these only. Anyway, that is way far ahead. We don't need to be getting that ahead of ourselves. I have a paper pattern for all of the extra liner pieces and the actual panel pieces themselves. I created this bag pattern on Illustrator and like measured it out myself after seeing some inspo on Pinterest. Then I basically just drafted up a pattern of my own sizes on Illustrator and then printed it out and taped it all together, etc. I think I made a video about it, honestly. If I did, I'll also leave a link to that down below or here somewhere. But I've talked enough, my throat is dry, and I'm going to now, like I said, cut all the fabrics for the liners and hopefully finish in like an hour and a half. It is Wednesday and I haven't been filming this morning because I have had a busy morning. I did go to Fabricland and pick up the...
Ugh, what's going on? God, I gotta wash my hair.
I did go to Fabricland and pick up the dark blue fabric and accidentally bought 2 fabrics I did not need, but I have a cool idea, so they'll actually be put to use. But let me show you the blue fabric first because it's giving. And I'm a little bit kind of thinking now I'll be able to do 2 of these bags, I think. So I might cut out one more of one of these patterns and make 2 because I think this is going to look so good. I did not pick up a matching thread. Let me just hold on. Okay guys, so I actually do have a blue thread. So I'm thinking I can do blue thread for quilting or do cream thread. I just think that the cream might be a little bit too contrasty from the blue when I'm quilting over the squares. But I'm gonna cut these up, and then after I cut up 9, or actually I'm gonna do 18 because I'm gonna do 2 bags. So I'm gonna do 18 of these squares, and after I finish cutting those up, it's gonna be literally just about time to pack my car and get going to the market. My stomach's hurting me. Okay, let me cut out this fabric and see how much I can cut up in the next 30 minutes, and hopefully I can finish cutting the squares and the liner because this is going to be the liner as well. It's a little while later. I definitely need to get a new sewing chair. That's something that I can't push off. I need to prioritize, but...
My face is sweaty.
I finished all of the putting together of the squares. So now I'm going to go in and cut the batting necessary. I have no idea how many packages of batting I'm going to go through for this. So I guess we're going to find out. But here's one of them. Super summery, like this is giving summer vibes. But I'm gonna go cut the batting now, and I'm making good time actually. I think I'm gonna get to quilting some of these. Maybe 2 of the bags I'm gonna finish quilting. I don't know actually. I don't want to set any goals for myself. I just want to continue working. I do have to go pick up my guitar.
I look like a goblin.
I do have to go pick up my guitar at like 7 o'clock, and Jacob's gonna come with me because I don't like to go by myself to pick up stuff off of Facebook Marketplace, just, you know, for safety. So I will be leaving my house around 6-ish. I'm gonna stretch, then I'm gonna start cutting on the batting, and I have to find my mask. I hope I can find it because it's hard for me to cut the batting without the mask because it gets all up my nostrils and it's not good to breathe that in. can see, I cut all of the batting. This actually didn't take long at all. It's only 3:45, and I took a break to get some water, play with the cats a little bit, and now I'm ready to get to quilting. I was going to start by doing the straps for all the bags, but I think that I'm gonna quilt all of the panels first because that's gonna take the longest. The straps don't take too long. All I do is I basically just press them in half so that I can find the midpoint, and then I basically just put the batting in and fold them over and clip them. It's not like a super like particular thing. So I'm gonna quilt all of the outer bag panels first and then actually get to assembling the bag. But definitely not gonna get to assembling today. Happy Friday. It is Friday. It's 10:40 and I am about to get started with work. I am starting work a little bit later. I was up early and I started like actually working at like 8:30, but I had to finish editing the video that I was working on last night. I have been a little bit behind once again on editing. There's just been so many things and I've been filming so many videos, so like I'm filming them and then not editing them. So I'm gonna have like a span where I upload like so many videos in one little bit of time. So I'm trying to get better at that and like edit as I go, but there's just so many things I'm constantly doing that I never get to actually do that, even though that would be ideal. But anyway, I was editing that video, putting all the finishing touches. I finished rough cutting it yesterday, or like last night, and then I did the little intro portion, and then I left the rest of the video, like music, text, sound effects and stuff, till this morning. So I finished that up, I made a thumbnail, I uploaded the video. It's just checking now, and then once it's finished checking, I'm gonna upload it. But right now, what I'm going to do is I am going to cut the remaining pieces for the bags, pockets, and the top panel for the actual zipper thing that I'm gonna build. So I just have to go back in the closet and pull everything out and make sure that I kind of count what I need to cut. I think I only cut pockets for 2 of the bags, which are the blue ones, and then I didn't cut any top liner pieces. I think I just cut the liner portion, not the top outer fabric, if that makes sense. You'll see when I actually build the bag. But once I do that, then I think I'm going to work on getting all of the handles quilted and like finished up. And then I'm gonna work on sewing the zipper panels all together because I have to, it's a little bit of a step process. So I'm gonna do that. That way all of the like actual fundamental parts of the bag are done. And then I just basically have to sew up each bag and then sew all the pieces together. So like if everything's already sewn, then I could just sew it together. So hopefully I'll finish at least one bag today. I'm not sure like what I'm actually gonna get done. I don't have much else to do other than like content creation stuff, but I can do that like later on in the day, maybe like around 5 o'clock. Well, actually I have to make dinner today, so maybe not that late, but the more I yap, the less I'm working. So I'm gonna pull everything out and just cut up all that fabric. Should take me about 25 minutes. Update on my book. I have an hour and 8 minutes left. I have been listening to A Light in the Flame. I've been talking about this a lot in this video and the last one, but I have an hour left. I am so excited to be finished, but like also not, because each book I finish means I'm closer to the end and I don't want to be close to the end. So okay, a little update. It is 2 o'clock and I spent the last hour running some errands. I had to pick up some groceries for dinner. I went to Costco to get rotisserie chicken. Why am I waving this around? To get rotisserie chicken, and I ended up getting gas for my car as well. Why did I say gas for my car? What else would I be getting gas for? And then I also went to Cobb's Bread, which is like a little bakery place, and I got like a little Danish. I also had lunch at Costco because kill two birds with one stone, because I don't really like that saying. Now that I'm back, I'm going to put on all of the labels. Sorry, I just coughed. I'm going to put on all the labels to these pockets. I already pressed them in half so that I could see the middle point. So now I'm gonna put the labels on, and then I'm gonna sew all of the handles for the bags. Okay, it's that time of day where the sun is beating down in the office and it's getting really hot in here, and so I had to put my hair up. I am about to cut the zippers. For the bags, I need to cut 8 of them at around, I'm gonna just do 16 because it's easier that way. So I'm gonna cut 8 of these. I just finished also pressing all of the zipper, oops, I'm already messing all of them up. I finished pressing all of these zipper pieces. I have to really meticulously measure each one and make sure that I'm folding them to the right dimensions. And now I'm just gonna cut the zippers for all of the bags. And then I'm also going to put the pulls on. And I basically have to sew the zippers on like I would be sewing a sleeve. But I'm not actually sewing a sleeve. These are done. I have these pulls here, so I'm gonna attach the pulls, and I'm currently watching one of Monica's videos because she just posted a new video. So I'm gonna watch that and put these pulls on, and then we're gonna sew up all the panels. It's currently $3.49. Update on where we're at in the bag making process. First update, my back hurts. Second update, we finished, I finished all of the 8 bag pieces for every individual bag. So I got all of the zipper pieces ready to go. So these are what makes the zipper in the bag. Then, okay, my headphones are getting dusty. I also sewed on all of the, sorry, I'm trying to get it, all of the pockets, and then we have all of the straps for all the bags. It looks like crazy, but I finished all the straps. Again, these are double lined with polyester batting, and they have the 3 lines. Then we have all of the liner pieces right here. This is the other big panel, and then the sides and the bottom. And then we have all of the outer quilted panels for each bag that we have to now put together. The time is 5:45. I think I'm gonna be making dinner for around 6:30. That's when I think Jacob's coming over, so only then will I stop. So basically I'm gonna start to build some of these bags. My back is hurting, so I don't know how much longer I can sew today, but we are definitely not going to finish any bag today. So my hopes and dreams of finishing one bag today has to be put to rest. Good morning, everyone. It's Monday. Oh, the chair. We are on the final stretch of making these bags. I am wasting absolutely no time this morning, getting straight to finishing up these bags. The gym in my apartment finally opened up, so I was gonna go do a little workout this morning. First of all, the gym sucks. But anyway, it is currently 8:50 and I'm getting started. On Friday, we finished sewing together all of the like panel pieces together. Now we're gonna go in and sew up the actual like structure of the outer panel part of the bag and the liner and pretty much just sew everything together. So I have no idea how long this is gonna take me, but we're gonna get straight to it. I am going to find a new audiobook to listen to and also catch up on some small business videos. I made a strawberry matcha this morning. Oh, my coaster is attached to my cup. I made a strawberry matcha. I tried to make it look cute, but this just kind of looks stupid, but it tastes good. I'm starting a series on my Instagram of trying different strawberry matcha recipes that I find online. So I filmed me making that one. That's my like OG matcha recipe. I find that's a bit lighter when I feel like I want something not so heavy and creamy like with the strawberry milk. So I really like that one. It's a very good like light matcha. If you guys actually know of any ceramics studios, small business that sell like matcha whisk stands and also the matcha bowls, let me know because I would love to purchase. Bonus points if they are Canadian, but I'll also like look at American small businesses too. So I'm gonna oil my machine. Actually, I have to move my computer. I need to hurry up and get my iPad to charge because using my laptop means it gets super dusty. But I need to shimmy my machine closer to me. And Tuxedo is being very rambunctious this morning. Let's first thread our machine and then I'm gonna oil it. I like to oil my machine like every other day. Sometimes I'll oil it once a day if I'm sewing for at least 8 hours a day, which is sometimes like Friday or the day before that. The manual says to oil it every 8 hours of continuous sewing. So for me, that's typically every other day or every day. Some days it's easy to do this and some days it's not. Okay, now for the oiling. The machine comes with oil, so I just keep it stored in my sewing drawer. I don't even know when I'm gonna run out of this, but ooh, it's all over my hands. So I'm actually gonna oil the bobbin case as well. I don't oil the bobbin case as much as I should be doing it because you should be oiling the bobbin case every time you change the bobbin, and I'm not. There's no way I'm doing that. So I'm going to spin it. It's so dusty in there. It's kind of hard to oil the bobbin. Okay, so just put like 1 drop of oil in there. Now I'm going to, I shouldn't have threaded the needle actually, because now I have to go and spin it a few times so that the oil can incorporate. I'm gonna have to replace that bobbin because it's basically done. My fingers are also numb from playing the guitar last night, so that's nice. Now I'm gonna place oil on the base of the machine first, and then I'm gonna wipe it, and then I'm gonna put oil in the tops. Just 1 drop is good. You don't want to over oil your machine because that could also be an issue. Okay, so I finished all of the bags. I have one last step to do, but I am so hungry. I need to make myself lunch. But I finished them all 8 of them. Here they all are. I'm actually trying to contain my excitement until we're actually done, but I have to just top stitch all around the entire bags and then trim off all of the excess, and then I'm gonna give them all like a good lint roll. I'm so excited. They look so good, and I can't wait to plan the product photo shoot after this because I'm very excited, and we gotta do product photos. I'm so excited. It's been so long since I've done like a real like photo shoot. Anyway, once I finish eating lunch, I'm gonna come back into the office and I'm gonna clip all of the seams for these and finish sewing this up. It's been like what, 4 long days of work. My fingers are still numb from playing the guitar yesterday. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play tonight. I have to though, to warm my fingers up. Okay, so I finished all the bags. I have them here. I want to show you guys the bags. I finished them. It is 3:30 and it actually took me all day. I always underestimate how long these are going to take me. I still have to price these out, plan a whole bunch of content for this week, and then set a launch date, which is I think gonna be Thursday or Friday. Not really sure yet, but I want to get these launched and ready. So maybe Thursday or Friday or the weekend. I don't know. So many potential opportunities. Okay, I want to show you guys all of the bags. These were definitely a labor of love. I feel like everything I make and everything I want to make, I always do the things that are the most difficult, but anyway, they're done finally. We have the 2 blue bags. I bought this fabric at a local quilt shop, or like not local but like kind of local, and it's not really in my typical color palette because I'm normally a very pink, orange, bright pastel green girl. This blue fabric was just too beautiful not to use, so we have 2 of these blue patchwork totes. They all have zippers and they all have an inner pocket. So these are the 2 blue ones, and they're all one-of-a-kind totes. All of them are different. They're all remotely the same size. They are obviously handmade, so they're a little bit different, but they all have this like recessed zipper, and they all have an inner pocket as well. These are the blue bags. One has a like plaid handle and one has a solid blue handle. Then I have to name all of these bags also, but then we have this orange bag. I also bought this gingham or plaid or whatever you want to call it orange fabric when I went to that same quilt shop. It's very bright and it's not, again, not in my typical color palette, but it matched so well with these fabrics. You can't really tell like the vibrancy just because the camera's not picking it up. But yeah, this one has a beige zipper and it has a orange pocket like this, or not a beige zipper, a beige liner. And this one is super cute. I love this one. Then we have 2 that are similar in color palette but a little bit different. This one is for the girls who don't love a very bold pink, but they like a subtle pink. It's green, blue, and pink vibes. The colors match the little patterned piece on this one. This one does have a pink interior. So it has a pink liner, and then it has this like the vintage florals fabric as the pocket and blue gingham straps. But this one's really cute. I actually really like this. Then we have this pink and blue gingham. I paired it with the Grandma's Cottage pattern, and I really love this one. It has pink handles. I wanted to try something new with the liner, so this one has a totally different liner. It has this like marble pink fabric. I don't know if you can tell, but it does. And then it has a blue gingham pocket inside. And then we have the next 2 bags, which are similar to the bag I made for myself, which is the one that everyone loves the most, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. But these 2 are very similar. They're pretty much the same. The only thing is this bag has pink gingham in replacement for the solid pink. So they're like pretty much the exact same, just one thing is different, is that this is pink gingham. They both have pink gingham liner, and then they both have a bloom patterned pocket. So super cute. I really love this one. I love the green and the pink and the bloom. I just think it looks so cute together. And then I have, last but not least, probably one of my favorites, but something that I don't typically go for, but this like blush pink and green and beige. It has a pink gingham handle and a pink gingham liner with the same outer fabric like this. And I'm obsessed with her. She's super, super cute. I have to lint roll all of these and I'm so excited to launch the bags. When you guys are watching this video, these will have been launched already on the website. I cannot guarantee that there are going to be any on the website left, but I hope to bring more tote bags in the future. This was so fun to do, and I really love that I originally started out with trying to make a totally different tote bag like so many months ago, and then I ended up like figuring this out. So I'm really excited for these. I'm gonna spend some time now pricing them out, working on content, and that's gonna be in a whole nother video. I also switched up what my reading corner looks like, so let me know if you guys like it. I have another like redecorating my home video that's gonna be coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys did enjoy watching it, please make sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe so you can join the Queenie community and join us every single week for fun small business videos and just book videos, lifestyle videos, just random videos. I just love filming and talking to you guys and making content. So thank you for sticking around to the very end of this video and for joining me as I develop my newest summer tote bag collection. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all when I see you. Bye.